Right then, never mind about that. Race number 2, it is time to wind them up and let them go. Who's going to be bravest on the brakes? You can already see Andrew Gillon trying to go through the middle of the pack towards the back. Oh, there goes Jameson trying to make a move. And he's already up to 4th. He's nailed Colin Dunn coming into the first turn. Mark Kelly leads Stu Neal, leads Roy Grassi, leads Alex Jameson. They stream their way down towards the cut through for the first time in anger. Oh, big slide there for Mark Kelly, but nicely held. Stu Neal's got all the pressure on his little shoulders. And look at the... Wow, Roy Grassi had an absolutely storming run on the inside of the cut through, and he is dragging Alex Jameson with him. On the inside, can Stu Neal do anything about it? He's going to have the inside line for Brooklands, but Roy Grassi's going to have the overspeed. Oh, Stu Neal's having none of that. Very nicely done. There's Gary Cooper nearly slamming into the back of Alex Jameson right behind them. Done. It's big sideswiped by David Moll for 6th position. Right behind him is Brendan Van Heeden, Toby Owen. Then Jay Daniels, right behind him, Aaron Mudd and Quincy Jovito. And Alex Jameson's lost a spot to Gary Cooper. That's 4th place. That's just changed hands. Nicely done, Gary Cooper on the inside of Woodcote. Nice. I'm assuming that Alex Jameson must have had a bad run out the exit of Luffield. It's pretty difficult to make a move like that on someone like Alex Jameson. Right behind him, David Moll under the rear wing of Colin Dunn. I don't know whether there was contact there to send Colin wide, but that's going to give surely 6th. Oh no, Jameson's down to 6th. What happened to him? He's had a bad run somewhere. Moll's ahead of him for 5th position. I'm assuming just Jameson was a bit deep. Right behind him, Brendan Van Heeden and Toby Owen. My goodness, Brendan's trying to split the ball. Oh, no, big impact there. That's David Moll that's going all over the place. Oh my goodness me, Mark Burton is trying to kind of mind his own business. There's Gillo trying to make up positions as well. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That was rather clumsy. I hate to say it, but I think... Oh, big, huge impact. We'll come back to that in a minute. That's Colin Dunn that's been sent into orbit. He's sat stationary, as is Miles Dixon. Oh no, and Miles is out. Miles Dixon is out of the race. Colin's gotten going again. Brendan's now back down into 12th place. There's, oh no, Jason Powell again has been involved in some kind of major incident. But jumping back up towards the front. The top 5 still very good. Well, I say top 5's brushed together. Actually, Alex Jameson is the one that isn't in that pack. There's Gary Cooper. Stu Neal has just got himself a penalty. Big slide coming into Brooklands. And Mark Burton as well, and Colin Dunn all get themselves track penalties almost at the same time. Impressive. There is Jay Daniels on the back of Toby Owen then. David Moll gets his name on the penalty board as well. Then a big pack here. There's Brendan Van Heeden on the back of Quentin Jovito, trying to make his way back through the field. That is for 11th position. Then ahead of them, David Moll on the back of Andrew Gillone, who's made his way up into 9th position. Just kind of steady progress for Gillone. He's been involved in an incident. That car has been reshapen. Gary Cooper's got the fastest lap, and Alex Jameson's now got the fastest sector 1. Yep, you can see that that bonnet is not in the right shape on Gillone's car. That is David Moll on the inside of the BMW. 3 wide now as they come down the Wellington Straight. I mean, the straight's big enough, but the corners aren't, so they're going to have to sort that out before they get down towards Brooklands again, and that's Colin Dunn into the pits. Oh, lots of shuffling around. Gillone's not prepared to give that up. Whoa, big move there from Mr. Gumtree himself, from Brendan Van Heeden. Can he get past the two? I've forgotten what team they are now, unfortunately. My memory's that bad. I think it's the Send It pair of Moll and I've forgotten who the other one is. Jovito, beg your pardon. Oh, Gillo trying to work his way through. Bit of a touch there. Oh, and that's someone killing one of the brake boards. My goodness. Oh, and that's someone's gone wide. That's Burton. That's Mark Burton, I think, with the shoving going on. Oh, Roy Grassi is challenging for the lead. Roy Grassi on Mark Kelly. After we watch from Alex Jameson's roof, we'll have a great ringside seat for everything going on. Grassi and Kelly side by side. Coming down towards Brooklands. Behind them, Gary Cooper. Behind them, Stu Neal. Stu now down into 4th place. As you see, Jameson is trying to get that car to rotate. And just kicking the tail out and planting the throttle when the nose is pointing roughly in the direction he wanted to go. And Gary Cooper now up into 2nd position. He's managed to make the move on Mark Kelly, or has he? Mark Kelly outside of Woodcote, trying to defend that second position. Oh, Gary Cooper is allowing enough for him to do so. Streaming down towards Copse again. Cooper with the inside line. Mark Kelly just about stops himself flying off into Narnia. And the top 5, less than a second apart. Roy Grussie, the only one with breathing space. Whoa, Jameson had to get out of that to not slam into the back of Mark Kelly. And just about avoids hitting the back of Stu Neal. Nicely done, but still no changes of position. My goodness. Then at the bottom of the shot there is Jay Daniels, now up to 6th position ahead of Toby Owen. With this top 5 still very closely contested. 3 wide coming down into Brooklands. Not quite. Neil holds on to 3rd position ahead of Mark Kelly. Well, sorry, he gains 3rd position from Mark Kelly. Let's again, we go on the bonnet cam of Alex Jameson. Nicely done from Stu Neal to wrestle that from Mark Kelly. Now Alex Jameson wanted to get involved in the action. I think he's just done what he needs to do, not to slam into anybody. Into Copse. Oh, great move for Jameson. Can he get the momentum he needs? Oh, wow, he almost was sideswiped there from Mark Kelly. And Mark Kelly's lost 2. Oh, sorry, he's lost another 1. And Jameson has gained 2 because he's had Stu Neal on the inside of the cut through. Nice move there from the champ. Up into 3rd place as Mark Burton gets another track limit penalty. Burton now down into 12th, getting a bit sideways in the BMW. There's Jason Powell reshaping his car. It looks more like a Ford car than it does a Renault Clio from that particular angle. There's Gillone, who's now up into 8th position, having overtaken. I don't know who they've actually overtaken because he was already ahead of Brandon Van Heeden. Quinton Joberto is right in there as well. That was David Moll, who's now fallen down behind his teammate of Quinton. Owen and Jay Daniels still fairly close together. Look at that shot that we've just seen. Jameson now leads that trio. Was that quintet that we were watching? That's now split into a 2 and a 3. But Mark Kelly and Stu Neal. Wow, Mark Kelly not hanging around on the inside of Maggots, or the first part of Maggots, to gain that 4th spot. To stay in touch with Alex Jameson. Does look like Jay Daniels has broken away from Toby Owen. And then that trio behind of Gillone, Brendan Van Heeden and Quinton Joberto, all scrapping for 8th place. Field behind them relatively spread out now. Aaron Large, goodness me, race 1 winner down in 14th position. Colin Dunn's been in the pits, and that's a very unhappy looking Renault, or was once upon a time a Renault. And we're only just over halfway in the race now. 7 minutes to go. And again, apologies for the snivelling. So it's the Cooper Motorsport Renaults up front. Grassi leading Gary Cooper. That's probably why Gary hasn't tried any damn moves on his teammate. Cooper Motorsport could be coming away with a 1-2 at this point in time, but they've got a lot of people right behind them to wanting to do something about it. Stu Neal not quite hanging on to the back of Mark Kelly. Mark Kelly also lost a little bit of time to Jameson. Jameson's got himself a track limit penalty. That's rare. So 1 for Jameson, 3 for Kelly, 2 for Stu Neal, 1 for Andrew Gillone. That's even more rare. Shoberto 1, David Moll 4, Mark Burton 2, Jason Powell 2, and Colin Dunn 1. My goodness. Shows how hard they've been scrapping. Here it is, the Cooper Motorsport pair again, continuing their fight. I mean, they may well just decide to stay where they are. Mark Burton has claimed 11th from David Moll. That looked like an overtaking manoeuvre from Luffield through Woodcote. And the BMW continuing to make his way. This 3-way fight is still going on. That's the nose cam of Quinton Joberto as he looks at Brendan Van Heeden and Andrew Gillone continuing their fight. And it does look like they're closing in on Toby Owen. Powell up to 12th, so that's another position lost for David Powell. Has he got damage to that car? Can't really see from that far back. There's Aaron Large looking to demote David Moll even further. The car looks like it's in the right shape. As he tries this on maneuver. Oh no, he's going to bounce off of Jason Powell. There could well be damage to that car. And, oh, Stu Neal. What's happened here? I don't think anything is out there. Bigger pardon, that's actually Jay Daniels catching the back of Stu Neal. Now that is the nature of random grids. You may well have people that are going to be surrounded by cars that are a bit quicker than they are. So Jay Daniels trying to wrestle that 5th position. Again, jumping to show the toe. Oh my goodness, Brendan Van Heeden looks like he's pushing Gillone through the cut through. Now onto the Wellington straight as they continue to chase down Toby Owen. My goodness. We get on the view of Mr. Gumtree himself, wrong camera. That's the one I was aiming for. And we know there's damage certainly to Gillone's car. Is there anything that we can see on Brendan's car? Brendan's car looks okay. I mean, it does have a very lively livery, so it's difficult to tell. What a scrap that's going on there with only 4 minutes to go. David Moll has that's Aaron Large that's losing time. Aaron should regain that particular position. That's Jason Powell in that mixture. So they're having their own battle for wooden spin avoidance, although Colin Dunn really much has that one tied down. Through the instance he's been involved with. Alex Jameson, less than a second from the top now. He's really wanting to put the cat amongst the pigeons. Gary Cooper lost a huge amount of time, and I think Roy Grassi has just given that time back to him. Oh, Roy's waiting for him. That could really bite them hard if Jameson is able to get in amongst the Cooper Motorsport pair. Oh, well. As Aaron Large and David Moll continue their fight for 12th spot, we are looking now at the battle for the podium positions with Roy Grassi leading Gary Cooper with Alex Jameson right in that battle. 3 minutes remain. 3 laps to go. It depends when Roy Grassi crosses the line. It's likely to be 4 laps to go. And as you can see, Gary Cooper really getting that nose to pull the car through Copse Corner down towards Maggots. Into Maggots and then into the cut through. Jameson thinking about an outside manoeuvre coming into the cut through. Not realistically going to work. Although no one told Jameson that. He's going to try and get a run on the outside of the cut through. Tiny nudge on Gary Cooper. He won't really notice that. Side by side almost as they're coming down towards Brooklands. Gary Cooper's trying to shut the door. Just about manages it. Jameson returns to the racing line. No, you can't. Well, you can try to move around Brooklands, but you need to commit to it earlier than that. Into Luffield. Jameson doing everything he can to try and put Gary Cooper off his position, or certainly off his pace. And once it does look like Andrew Gillan has caught Toby Owen with that wounded BMW who's now on the back of the Renault. He's wanting that 7th place. As he sweeps through, you can see that bonnet is bent on the Scottish flavoured BMW. Jameson's fallen a little bit off the back of the Cooper Motorsport pair. Gary playing very much the defensive role for Roy Grassi. Now onto the Wellington straight again. And it doesn't look like Jameson's going to be able to try anything from that far back. I've been proven wrong before. Gary covers off the inside line into Brooklands anyway. Oh, Jameson, no. I think he's just wanted to agitate Gary Cooper. You're not realistically going to make a move stick on the outside of Luffield. But he's going to try and cut back underneath him. That's really realistically what he's trying to do. Gary Cooper can't close him off side by side as they come through Woodcote. Again, Jameson's going to have the inside line. Tail gets a little bit twitchy, but that should be 2nd position to Alex Jameson. 2 to go. That is not what Roy Grassi wanted, but Gary Cooper's not giving up on it yet. Side by side still to come through Copse. Gary Cooper is determined to regain the 2nd, but he can't do it. Alex Jameson falls into line ahead of Gary Cooper as they come into Maggots for the penultimate time. Brilliantly done. Alex Jameson showing why he got that top spot last time out. And he's here to show that he can do it in the front-wheel drive car as he can in the rear-wheel drive car. Behind them, look at that. That is a battle for 4th. Mark Kelly, Stu Neal and Jay Daniels having their scrap. Then Toby Owen, Andrew Gillone and Brendan Van Heeden having their 3-way battle for 7th. Three-way battles going on for 1st, for 4th and for 7th respectively. So they'll just about beat the flag, which is not what Roy Grassi wanted. He wanted it to fall, and he is 10 seconds away from that happening. By the time he hits the line, Gillone, wrong one. Jameson thinking about an inside manoeuvre, and the Cops can't get it done. Sideways as they come through the Cops. Cops gone for the final time in this race. Down towards Mangus. Roy Grassi doing everything he can to keep Alex Jameson at bay. Heavy on the brakes. Roy's gone for the very tight line. Is Jameson going to get the run on him? But down, winning to straight. Arthurs, yes, he is. On board still with Gary Cooper as we watch the battle for the lead come to its conclusion. But who is going to win out? Jameson's drawn alongside, coming into Brooklands. Can he outbrake Roy Grassi? He wants the inside line for Luffield. He can't quite hold it. But he has forced Roy Grassi to the outside line. Bit of a door bang going on there. But Jameson is still carrying the penalty. All this will be for naught, unfortunately, for Alex Jameson. But over the line, Jameson is going to take the flag. But the win is still going to go to Roy Grassi. There it is, Roy Grassi, and then detonation at the end. Well, you can do what you like with your cars after that. Roy Grassi takes the win. Alex Jameson in second place and Gary Cooper in third. Wowee. And then with the penalties, Jay Daniels elevated up into fourth place. Unfortunately, we couldn't see all the battles resolve, as quite frankly, I needed to keep an eye on the winner. Mark Kelly in fifth place. Stu Neal in sixth, much more improved from race one. Toby Owen fends off the advances of Andrew Gillone and holds on to seventh. Then Mr. Gummy Bear. Gumtree is a publication here in the UK. It's Brendan Van Eden in ninth. Quentin Chauvetot rounds out the top 10. Mark Burton in 11th. Didn't